A report came out today that was a survey of the most inconvenient part of the power network, you and I, the customers. And it shows that Australians are not very happy with the power system right now. I wonder whether the Energy Minister in New South Wales could be a reason behind that. Remember, we are 22 years into the 21st century.
What we want to see is if there is an opportunity for people to reduce their energy usage, so perhaps not using the dishwasher until you go to bed, that would help.
So what did this report find? 51, 52, 54%? And the reporter had to beat it up into a headline? No. A whopping 88% of households, 88% of households are now highly concerned or somewhat concerned that energy will become unaffordable for them over the next 3 years. That's up from 81% in April. 88% of people think in the next 3 years, energy will become unaffordable. Well, I'll tell you why it's also going to become unaffordable as the transition to renewables takes place, where there's a $1 trillion problem that they only have $20 billion over 10 years to fix. Remember how they nationalised the energy system last month when Matt Keane was telling you not to use the dishwasher? Well, guess who's going to have to pay the compensation to the energy providers for that decision? You and me. In fact, customers will now have to pay $1.5 billion in extra power bills to compensate those organisations that had to produce power when, because of the way the national energy market works, and more importantly doesn't, because of the state and federal obsession with renewables. Remember, in 7.5 years, we're magically going to turn to 82% renewables. The world's biggest battery, you'd need, depending on the day, depending on the time, 29 of them at any one point to store the energy that's being made in any one day. Nothing to see here. It's fine. It'll all be all right. And it's only going to get worse because despite the fact that, yes, the big end of town, the people who fly business class all day, every day, were there clapping on the Prime Minister as he signed his 43% energy targets, or should I say emissions targets for the UN. Oh, how good. Well done. Oh, good on you, Dale. How good's this? And that's all going to happen in the next 7.5 years. And remember, according to the Greens, according to the Tiffany Teals, according to Pocock and Co., that's just the start. That's not the end. Well, there is a new obsession for the left. They now have got what they believe is a solution. And remember, Australia's 1% of the carbon problem, but now methane is the new one that they're going to go after. Remember the solution in New Zealand to methane being a problem was that they decided to tax the cows when they were burping or farting. Something that, as they wrote about in The Spectator, will ruin the agricultural industry in New Zealand.